Hello, Samitra. Can you hear me, Samitra?
Hello, Suhail. Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good, yaar. How are you?
I'm good.
Sorry, yaar, you called the other day. I wasn't busy, to be very honest. I wasn't busy, but I did not answer. I didn't know if you had an issue, so you were calling me for that get together.
I was
So,
calling you for the party. Yeah, I was calling.
good, good that I didn't answer. I thought
हाँ
so.
नहीं वो हम लोग का मेरा और अमित का बात हो गया मतलब
Okay,
कोई करे ना करे मतलब एटलीस्ट वी शुड बी कॉलिंग यू ना वो
okay.
एक्चुअल में सेंड ऑफ तो सब लोग का है तो बाकी
नहीं,
3 लोग तो थे एंड यू आर आल्सो पार्ट ऑफ द टीम तो हम लोग तो कॉल करो
नहीं, good then I didn't answer. I thought you have some issues, so I thought I'd call you back
अरे
and
नथिंग
check.
नो वी जस्ट कॉल्ड इन कि आजा तू भी आजा करके वी विल
Okay.
हैव अ गुड टाइम
So how is it going? Did you watch few videos वगैरह कैसे चल रहा है?
yes so what I did is I actually started videos again from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So this weekend only, I started again from the beginning and तो अभी I've reached about 14-15 तक अब पहुंच गया हूँ मैं. I'm taking notes also, so it's going a little slow, but I'm making sure I understand everything also.
हाँ,
कि
स्लो इट्स
वापस
डेफिनेटली
वो
फाइन,
हाँ
फास्ट करके कुछ करना नहीं है हम लोगों को.
करेक्ट तो वो एंड नाउ अभी ये जून से तो you can stay at home and work ना
हाँ, राइट.
तो हाँ तो इससे it's becoming more convenient तो I can study during the shift also तो वैसे चल रहा है फिर.
ग्रेट.
Yes.
ओके योगेश भाई, नो प्रॉब्लम. Anyone else has any question on the topics which we have covered till days, which you guys have seen, जिन्होंने videos देखा है या attend किया है, those. Any questions? I think we have covered. Do we have Amit? No, Amit has not joined yet. So we covered this section. Today we'll start with this one. Settings and connect disk. ये थोड़ा time consuming वाला है, काफी बड़ा section है. But still, meanwhile, anyone has any questions, not only related to topics which we covered, anything.
सोहेल भाई मैं ये कल का रिकॉर्डिंग देख रहा था ये जो कैप्चर का जो टॉपिक है
हम्म.
वो मतलब कैप्चर जो इमेज कैप्चर होता है तो फिर वो मतलब स्टोर होता है तो फिर उसका बिलिंग वगैरह कुछ रहता है क्या क्या
ऑब्वियसली होगा ना.
वो जस्ट
नहीं, ऑब्वियसली होगा.
ओके
स्टोरेज के हिसाब से बिलिंग होगा उसका. उसका मशीन का आपको बिलिंग नहीं लगेगा, बट वो स्टोरेज के हिसाब से आप लोगों को बिलिंग लगेगा उसका. ठीक है, लेट्स डू. आज कैप्चर को ही कर लेते हैं, एक काम करते हैं. इस वाले इसमें वैसे भी स्कोप बाकी है थोड़ा. दैट इफ यू कैप्चर इट, देन हाउ कैन यू क्रिएट अनदर मशीन यूजिंग दैट कैप्चर्ड इमेज. सो लेट्स ट्राई डूइंग दैट. विल डू दैट टुडे. Let me delete this VM. I hope I have captured one image of the same VM. So let's see if it works. We're just waiting for a minute. Let other join and then we'll see. Yes, meanwhile, anyone else has any questions? Yes, and guys, you can delete your resources if you have created. आज से न्यू मंथ स्टार्ट है तो किसी का कोई रिसोर्स होगा तो डिलीट कर दो. If you see new month, we get new balance. I'm talking about only my subscription. जो फ्री ट्रायल वाला सब्सक्रिप्शन है, you guys get 30 days, 14,500 one time. That's all. I'm talking about this trainer वाला सब्सक्रिप्शन जो मेरा है, इसमें we get 7,500 every month. तो मंथ एंड में अगर काफी पैसे उसमें बचते हैं, so you guys can deploy heavy machines वगैरह, उसको ऑन करके रख के देख सकते हो. बिकॉज वैसे भी जैसे ही उसका वैलिडिटी खत्म हो जाता है, पैसे उसके वेस्ट हो जाएंगे. बट द मोमेंट you guys come to first of the month, मेक श्योर यू स्टार्ट डिलीटिंग रिसोर्सेज वगैरह, मतलब उसको थोड़ा बेटर तरीके से यूज करना शुरू कर दो. सो होल मंथ वी विल हैव. और अभी कैसे जैसे टॉपिक्स अगर हम आगे पढ़ते रहेंगे तो ज्यादा बैलेंस हम लोगों को रिक्वायर्ड होगा, ताकि मोर पीपल विल बी एबल टू प्रैक्टिस. सो हियर इफ यू सी I see only 9 people, guys. We'll wait for a minute more. Let's see. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, please let me know. Yes, guys. Anyone has any questions, doubts, kuch? So this is under subscription. You can come and you can check your cost analysis, your alerts, everything. People are still joining, guys. Give me a minute. Let me check who all are coming.
Sohail, are you sharing your screen?
Yes, I am. Are you not able to see it?
Yes, I'm not able to see this.
What about others?
You can see.
I can see it.
Okay, so I think Khalid, you'll have to reconnect. Drop the call and rejoin. You should be able to see it then. Okay, guys, let's start. So let's go to a VM. This is being deleted. So yesterday, guys, we did discuss overview. कि overview में क्या क्या आपको यहाँ पर दिखने वाला है, what details do you see, what are the options do you see here, what information do you see. Most of the time you don't have options here to change something because it is just an overview, but you can see many options here, like इसका machine का RAM क्या है, CPU क्या है, इसका size क्या है, what is the public IP, what is the private IP, scalability set है या नहीं है, scale set है, availability zone में है या नहीं है, is yes, we can see that. Where can we see if it is a part of availability zone? Will I can anyone tell me if this machine is a part of availability zone? Yes, guys, anyone? Availability plus scaling section. But I don't see any availability zone here. Yeah. Do I see any availability zone? Which means it is not a part of any availability zone. Where is the other option do you see? और कहाँ पर दिखता है आपको? If you don't want to go here, इतने हिस्से में कहाँ पर दिखेगा?
लोकेशन में
एग्जैक्टली लोकेशन यहाँ पर ब्रैकेट में लिखा होता है. इफ देयर इज अ मशीन, कोई मशीन होगी जो अवेलेबिलिटी जोन का हिस्सा होगा, यहाँ पर ब्रैकेट में लिखा होता है दैट इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ अवेलेबिलिटी जोन. जोन 1, जोन 2 जो भी उसका जोन होगा वो उसमें लिखा होता है. इज इट क्लियर गाइस? प्लीज स्टार्ट डिप्लॉइंग मशीन्स. थोड़ी बहुत प्रैक्टिस करते हो, अदरवाइज यू विल कीप फॉरगेटिंग दीज थिंग्स. और ये छोटी छोटी चीजें जो है काफी अच्छा इंप्रेशन देगी इंटरव्यू में व्हेन यू क्लेम दैट यू हैव वर्कड और यू हैव बीन वर्किंग ऑन Azure. ठीक है. देन वी डिस्कस्ड एक्टिविटी लॉग. एक्टिविटी लॉग वेरी सिंपल चीज है. किसने इस मशीन को बनाया था, किसने डीएलोकेट कर दिया, किसने स्टार्ट कर दिया. यहाँ पर आपको यूजर आईडी मिलेगा जिसने भी ये इनिशिएट किया है ये टास्क वगैरह. इस तरह की सारी डिटेल्स. यहाँ पर काफी सारे फिल्टर्स आप लगा सकते हो. सी कि आपको ऑपरेशन बेस्ड फिल्टर लगाना है. इवेंट इनिशिएटेड बाय, लेट्स से आई वांट टू सी कि इन ये जो इस पर जो है सुहेल खान ने कितने ये इवेंट्स जो है इनिशिएट किए थे, दैट आई वांट टू सी. सो यू कैन डू इट फ्रॉम हियर. इफ आई वांट टू सी लेट्स से सुहेल्स दिस आईडी, हाउ मेनी events were initiated from this ID. Probably 0. I think कुछ नहीं होगा. But still this is the way you can add filters. अभी कितने दिन का time span क्या है यहाँ पर? 6 hours. Now I want to see for last 1 month or maybe custom. Custom में I think maximum 90 days तक जाता है पीछे. Still you guys can check it once. Or maybe say here it is, right? It says 90 days. मतलब 90 days से पहले आप नहीं देख सकते हो. So let's say I want to see it for a month. I'll click yes here, click apply. और अब ये पूरे month का जो है ये होगा. Apply कहाँ पर हो रहा है? ये कौन से रिसोर्स ग्रुप पे अप्लाई हो रहा है? सो रिसोर्स ग्रुप्स नेम इज टेराफॉर्म. इस रिसोर्स ग्रुप के पर्टिकुलर रिसोर्सेज के बारे में ये इन्फॉर्मेशन देगा कि इसमें क्या क्या किसने क्या क्या किया है. ओके, उसमें भी सिर्फ इस पर्टिकुलर मशीन के. इफ आई रिमूव दिस वन तो ये इस ग्रुप के सारी डिटेल्स को ये करेगा. सो सी दिस इज हाउ यू कैन चेक सम डिटेल्स. अब बहुत कम एक्टिविटी होती है इस पे, इसलिए बहुत ज्यादा छोटा दिख रहा है. 4 वीक्स अगो मुश्किल से 2 4 5 6 इतनी एक्टिविटीज है. 3 वीक्स अगो एक एक्टिविटी, अ वीक अगो 3 4 एक्टिविटी है विद इन 7 डेज. और लास्ट आवर में हमने कुछ खास किया नहीं, एक डीलोकेट किया था मशीन, दैट्स ऑल. ठीक है. सो दिस इज एक्टिविटी लॉग एंड देन वी हैव एक्सेस कंट्रोल IAM. वी ऑल नो व्हाट इज IAM. हम लोगों ने इसको काफी डिटेल में पढ़ा है. ऑलमोस्ट फर्स्ट या सेकंड सेशन जो है हमारा IAM से रिलेटेड था, इसको हमने काफी डिटेल में पढ़ा है. सो आई होप यू ऑल ऑफ यू रिमेंबर दिस. आर बैक रोल्स वगैरह हम यहीं से असाइन कर सकते हैं. टैग्स आई हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन्ड, बेसिक चीज है टैग. This one I have asked you guys to explore. Create your machine, shut it down. उसका RDP नहीं चल रहा है, कुछ भी हो रहा है. You go here and you select these options from here and read them thoroughly. Help me to reset the password. What if a password is not working for any of the machines? So what can you do? Reset VM password. See, it gives you the option from here. तो ये बहुत ज्यादा काम में आने वाला है आपके इंटरव्यू में. इंटरव्यूअर जब पूछता है कि किस तरह के इश्यूज आपको आते थे and what you used to do, so you can pick at least 6 to 5 issues, 4 to 5 issues from here. और उसके ट्रबल शूटिंग स्टेप्स डिटेल में आपको यहाँ पर मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है. Anyone has any doubt in this one? Yes guys. Anyone else has any doubt? If not, let's proceed then. We'll talk about now settings. Either we can talk about networking first, or here under overview we saw an option capture, so we can discuss about this. You can see number of people are less today, so this is a brand new topic. यहाँ से इसको machine को कैसे बनाना है, that is a different topic. So I'll keep this for tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow, जब भी हम लोगों के पास एक थोड़ा sufficient quorum होता है. Today we'll discuss networking. Networking हम इसके पहले भी discuss कर चुके हैं. So this is sort of revision. और under networking भी यहाँ पर NSG आने वाला है आज. So you guys tell me which one would you like to go for? Networking में हम NSG cover करने वाले हैं आज. I mean, what we have learned apart from that, NSG, Network Security Group, which we haven't learned till now. So that is a new topic here. और यहाँ पर ये capture वाला एक new topic है. So which one do you want me to cover? What about others? Are you comfortable with NSG? See, दोनों पढ़ना ही है हमको, आज नहीं तो कल. Okay guys, let's go with NSG then. So I come here under networking. Under networking, if you guys see, what options do we have? First, let me open a virtual machine for you guys. थोड़ा सा theoretical part है again. So please make sure you focus and you understand it well. This is your display, monitor, whatever you call it. This is your CPU. और in laptop case both are same. मतलब एक ही इसमें ये होता है. ठीक है. Now here under CPU, what are the components, hardware components of a computer, be it of a laptop or this PC? What are the hardware components? Who could tell me? We have already covered this. So what are the hardware components of a PC? Yes guys, what are the hardware components of a PC?
अपना motherboard हो गया, then the
एक
RAM,
मिनट. Motherboard, RAM, ROM, which is also known as disk. Okay, what else?
the fan, and things like that.
Sorry, fan. What else?
Fan, and things like that.
Fan. What else? Fan. What else? 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 Yes, Sonam.
CPU.
CPU, fan, components, memory, storage, motherboard, networking. Yes, networking power is SMPS. Fine. Networking. What exactly do you mean by networking? Who wrote this? Henty. What do you mean by networking? नेटवर्किंग कोई हार्डवेयर कंपोनेंट नहीं है, राइट? नेटवर्किंग तो एक पूरा टेक्नोलॉजी है, समझ लो। नेटवर्किंग तो एक पूरा मेथड है। व्हाट इज NIC? राउटर, ठीक है। राउटर, बाय द वे, इज इट अ पार्ट ऑफ योर CPU राउटर? व्हाट इज NIC? ये जो NIC लिखा है आपने, व्हाट डज इट मीन?
Network interface card.
राइट, नेटवर्क इंटरफेस कार्ड। व्हाट डज इट डू? Processor, correct, Srishti? Right. So I hope it's good that you guys know it, but as of now we have got our answer. We are talking about, I wanted to bring your attention to NIC. Now who could explain what is NIC? Network interface card is the full form. What is it? What does it do? What is it responsible for in your PC, on your laptop? Yes, guys. Anyone? In interface networking could you elaborate? Yeah, I got that. But could you elaborate exactly काम क्या करता है वो? I'll just show it to you picture. Maybe it will be easier for you guys to understand now what we are talking about. Now can anyone tell me? एकदम plain simple भाषा में चाहिए कि क्या काम आता है?
Used for connectivity purpose. If I'm not wrong.
Exactly, simple.
It
आपका LAN
provides
cable.
interface.
Yeah.
wherein
आपका
you can
LAN
connect.
केबल इंसर्ट करने के लिए जो होता है, that is your network card. LAN केबल इसमें इंसर्ट होगी, जिसके बाद आपका या तो इंटरनेट या इंट्रानेट जो भी है वो चलेगा। I hope you all of you have seen LAN cable in your offices, right? वाईफाई से कनेक्ट होता है, that is a different thing. कभी वाईफाई नहीं कनेक्ट होता है, तब what do you do? एक LAN केबल होता है, सेम LAN केबल which you use in your router, वैसा ही LAN केबल डायरेक्टली आप अपने लैपटॉप पे यूज कर सकते हो। So that is what your NIC is, NIC, Network Interface Card. Is it clear to everyone till here? Okay. Now your IP address, जो IP address दिखता है ना, आपका IP address assign जो होता है ना, वो इसी पे होता है। This is the hardware जिसके ऊपर आपका IP address assign होता है। यही वो हार्डवेयर है जिसके ऊपर आपका IP address assign होता है। ठीक है। So now if I check, if I check my PC और उसमें कितने NIC है, if I have to check, I'll quickly check that. Anyone knows the command?
For?
To check my network interface cards on my computer. That's okay. I'll show it to you guys. Yes, but a quick revision. I think Amit, you joined late, right? Amit and Juhi. So yesterday or the last session, we discussed virtual machines, these aspects, overview, activity log, IAM tags, etc. Today we are starting from networking. Under networking, the very first thing I can see is NIC. So I asked a question that what are the components, hardware components, motherboard, RAM, ROM, ये वो. इसके साथ एक component है NIC. NIC का मतलब होता है Network Interface Card. And this is how a NIC looks like. Now we are discussing why do we use NIC. NIC we use to insert your LAN cable, and your NIC is the hardware जहाँ पर आपका IP address जो है reside करता है। I mean, यही वो hardware है जिसके ऊपर आपका IP address ये हो रहा है। Now my question is that how to check कि मेरे PC में कितने NIC है? So the command is ncpa.cpl. That's okay, you don't have to remember this. और आपको OS level पे check भी नहीं करना है. This is just for your understanding. I'm showing it to you. So this is the NIC card. If you see, इसमें मेरा LAN cable inserted नहीं है, इसलिए ऐसा बता रहा है। ये मेरे लैपटॉप के NIC है। ठीक है। This is how it looks. इसके ऊपर आप लोगों का IP एड्रेस वगैरह असाइन होता है। If you see, यहाँ पर आप लोग अपना IP एड्रेस असाइन कर सकते हो। और अगर DHCP मेथड से आ रहा है विच इज ऑटोमेटिकली एलोकेशन, जो Azure में भी होता है। Azure में आपने जितने भी मशीन बनाई, you did not assign an IP address, right? You just created a network and a subnet. IP एड्रेस कौन असाइन कर रहा है? Yes guys, who assigns the IP address to your machines?
If it's dynamic, then it's through DHCP.
No, I'm specifically talking about Azure, जहां पर आप machines बना रहे हो, जो हम अभी machines बनाते आए हैं ना, उसकी बात कर रहा हूँ मैं। DHCP, right? Okay, let's say 10.10.0.024. How many IPs am I getting here? Total number of IPs. Yes guys, Cider, we have been doing it from a long time. I don't even want you to remember the formula now. आप IP calculator use करके ही जवाब दे दो, that is also fine. Sorry. 256? Total IP we are talking about, okay? 256 IPs we are getting. Yes, now how many usable IPs are we getting here? -5. तो ये जो -5 हम बता रहे हैं, ये -5 जाते कहाँ पर है? ठीक है, okay, let me fine. So this is if this is my usable IP, so my IP will start from here, right? ये मेरा first machine का IP होगा. What would be the last IP of my machine or my any equipment, any resource in this, इस वाला subnet इसमें? I'm not even sure कि वो 256 correct है आंसर या नहीं है. We can count that later, but let's consider कि हमको 256 IP मिल रहे हैं. जो भी 256 का cider होगा, यही है suppose. ठीक है. Meanwhile, you guys can calculate and let me know 256 IP मिलते हैं क्या यहाँ पर. So what will be the last IP, guys? (255) last IP of my resource. I'm starting with 4, so here I'm talking about usable IPs. 254. ठीक है, तो जितने भी मैं मशीन बनाऊंगा इसको IP एड्रेस असाइन होगा 04, 05, 06. Am I doing it or is it happening automatically? Did you guys try deploying a machine? तब आप लोगों को कहीं पर ऐसा ऑप्शन आया that you had to take one IP out of these and assign it, or was that done automatically जब भी आप लोगों ने मशीन से डिप्लॉय की है? Auto. So who does that? DHCP, right? So what is the DHCP server IP address in this one? In this one, which is my DHCP IP address? Who could answer that? The DHCP IP address, maybe Yogesh. What is my DHCP IP address here?
10.0.0.1.
1. Samitra, I hope you watch these videos. Or Amit, why 1? From where did he get this 1 wala answer?
These are reserved IP addresses for every VNet.
Is it for VNet or subnet? If I have 4 subnets, then
Yeah, right. It will be for subnet.
is it for VNet or subnet?
It should be for subnet.
Subnet, right? So ये 1 कहाँ से आया? DHCP का सर्वर IP 1 होगा. ये कहाँ से इंफॉर्मेशन मिली आपको? यहाँ पर. Here it is. So ये कंपनी टू कंपनी या प्रोसेस टू प्रोसेस चेंज नहीं होने वाला. This is what it is और यही रहने वाला है. तो अगर आपका कोई भी ऐसा ये होगा तो इसमें DHCP का एड्रेस हमेशा 1 होगा. ठीक है. Now what is DHCP? DHCP is a service which assigns IP addresses to your resources. बाकी डिटेल में जब DHCP पढ़ेंगे तब उसको डिटेल में देखते हैं.
So we don't need to configure DHCP like we do it for Windows Server.
No, in Azure you don't have to do it. इसीलिए तो Azure ने एक IP ले लिया ना आपका. You don't have to do it.
Oh.
Did you do it when you were deploying a new virtual machine? Let's say you are deploying a new virtual machine here. एकदम स्क्रैच से आप अपना रिसोर्स ग्रुप वगैरह बनाते हो या रिसोर्स ग्रुप खाली पड़ा है उसमें आप फर्स्ट टाइम वर्चुअल मशीन बना रहे हो. So did you ever assign an IP address?
No, we didn't.
Under networking, what did you select? Did you have an option to select IP address? Yes, guys, did you have an option to select IP address?
No, there was not any option.
So what option do you get here? Maximum option you get to select is your VNet. If you have multiple VNets, you can select VNets. If you have subnets under that VNet, you can select subnets. But उस subnet में कौन सा IP assign होगा? Did you ever select that? While creating virtual machines, did you ever do that? Yes, guys. What about others? All of you have created in last session, in last assignment. Yes, Yogesh bhai, Juhi, Akib. Do you guys get option to select here anything? यहाँ पर आप लोगों को कोई ऑप्शन मिलता है कि IP select करने का? See, if I'm that in that region, what I get, I can either select a VNet
Yeah.
and a subnet. See, multiple subnets I have. But इसमें से कौन सा IP address assign होगा? Do I have an option to select?
No.
No.
No, which means that DHCP server एक already बन जाता है. The moment you apply a subnet, एक DHCP वगैरह बन जाता है, and it is DHCP's job to assign those IPs. Is it clear? But where that IP is being assigned, वो IP assign कहाँ पर होता है? वो IP assign कहाँ पर होता है? It gets assigned on this network interface. Network interface का मतलब क्या हुआ? NIC. Let me show it to you how it looks. Azure में कैसा दिख रहा है? This is your network interface. This is your network interface. If I go to my resource group, yes, if you are not getting it, please let me know. We can repeat it. ठीक है? थोड़ा important topic है, मतलब it's not something which you can be skipped. Networking बहुत ज़्यादा important है. So this is how it looks. A regular network interface card. इसका icon याद रख लो. कुछ नहीं है उस कार्ड की तरह, ये जो अभी मैंने इमेज बताया था, that is how it looks. Okay? इसके ऊपर आपका IP address assigned है. If you see, clear guys यहाँ तक? That why are we using this? ये इसका physical form है. This is your physical form which can be used in your laptop or hardware. But when we go to Azure, we are using everything virtually. So virtually जो NIC लगता है, network interface, this is how it looks. मतलब इसका logo ऐसा लगता है. This is how it looks, and उसके ऊपर IP assign होता है. ठीक है? And IP कौन assign करता है? Your DHCP server assigns the IP. Is it clear till here?
Yes.
Okay. So now where were we? We were talking about this machine and networking. Under networking, we have network interface card. So now we'll start talking about network security group. Now what is it? I'll explain it to you. But उसके पहले ये इतना explain करना इसलिए जरूरी था that you should have that understanding कि network security group किस तरह use होता है. So two things to remember. If you want to write it down, you can. If you want to just mug it up, you can. Network security guard or network security group NSG, it can be used on a network interface or a subnet. Is it clear to everyone?
Okay.
Yes guys, are you getting the hierarchy or is it confusing? Let's say this is your virtual machine. Says your let me erase this. This is your subscription. Then under subscription, let's say that we have virtual network. These are your virtual networks. Now tell me one thing meanwhile, or can I directly, this is your subscription, okay? This is your VNet. Can I directly have a virtual machine under my VNet? Can I directly install a virtual machine or any resource which is directly connected to a VNet, or do we require another layer? Yes, you're correct, Handy. Yes, Sonam. Can I directly install an operating system or a virtual machine here under this VNet, or do I need something else between my VM and this VNet? Let's say I want to install 3 VMs here. Sonam, I could not hear you. If you answered, I could not hear you.
I said yes, you can.
Okay, Juhi, can I directly have an operating system or virtual machine here, or do we require something else between a VNet and subnet, or between a VNet and virtual machine? Khalid,
Yes, we can install.
okay. Amit, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we can only install resources, machine under subnet, I think.
Correct, guys. You cannot directly use a VNet. You will require a subnet. VNet पे आप directly नहीं कर सकते. Let me show it to you again. If we go to portal, if I start deploying a machine, if I have a VNet here, I need to have a subnet. अगर मुझको ये पूरा range भी use करना है, still I'll have to create one subnet. Let me try creating a new VNet and I'll show it to you guys. Let's say that I'm having a test VNet. This is the IP spacing I'm using. This is the address space I'm using. How many IPs am I getting? 65,000 इतने कुछ IPs मिल रहे हैं मुझको. This is the CIDR. I'm not using any subnet. See, what does it say? That at least one address space and subnet are required. So if you want to use this complete IP address, what you can do is you can create a subnet with the same range. ये सब आपको मिल गया. Obviously कितने माइनस हो गए इसमें से? 5 माइनस हो गए. But you will have to create one subnet. Unless you create a subnet, you will not be able to create any resource without having that subnet. See, this is how you will have to create a subnet, and then only you can have your virtual machine under that subnet, which will automatically be under that VNet. Is it clear, guys? कुछ confusion है? I don't see any answers coming. I don't want you all of you to join just for the sake of it, और आप अपना time waste कर रहे हो और कुछ learning नहीं होगी, then there's no point. Anyone has any issues with subnet, VNet? Yes, guys, I'm still waiting. Anyone who has doubts under subnet and VNet topics?
No.
So if you guys do not have doubts, you should at least know these answers. I mean, बहुत basics है ये, और अगर आप ये interview में इतना भी नहीं बोल पाओगे, तो trust me that you're not being hired for sure. These are very basic things, बहुत ज़्यादा basic. इसके लिए आप लोगों को experience भी नहीं चाहिए होगा और कुछ नहीं. You just have to keep them in your mind. And we have been practicing. You guys created 4 or 5 virtual machines meanwhile. Did you try doing that? Did you see if you can deploy a machine without subnet? So no, that is not possible. Okay. So to have a virtual machine or any resource, you will require a subnet. So under this VNet, we will need a subnet. And is it necessary that I can have only one subnet, or can I have multiple subnets under one VNet?
You can have multiple.
And what is the limit? What decides my limit?
The cider block.
Yes, cider block. जितने IP spaces मेरे पास है उतना ही मैं subnets बना सकता हूँ. ठीक है. So for example, this VNet has 2 subnets and only one subnet has one virtual machine. This is one scenario. And the another scenario is this VNet has only one subnet and all machines are under this subnet. Clear? Till here यहाँ तक clear है? Yes guys, is it clear till here? जो scenario मैं explain कर रहा हूँ.
Yes.
Anyone has any doubt जिसको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? Okay. So here, if I want to apply my NSG, network security group. Now what is NSG? We are going to learn that. But here understand the scope of it कि कहाँ वो apply हो सकता है. So if I apply NSG, so there are 2 ways. On this virtual machine, I will obviously have a virtual machine. I cannot create a virtual machine without a NIC. मतलब कोई काम की नहीं होगी virtual machine. बंद तो जाएगी, but I cannot create it without NIC. So here if I have a NIC, a network interface card on this virtual machine, let's say this is a NIC. So I can apply my NSG on this NIC, and the other option is I can apply my NSG on this subnet. So where can I apply my NSG? I won't even call it resource level, Henty, because not all resources will have it. This specifically network interface card. I mean, if I have some other resource which doesn't have a NIC, you won't be able to apply your NSG there. So it's subnet and NIC. Yes, Irfan, you're right. Are you guys getting it?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's discuss what NSG does and how it works. So I hope the scope is clear that where can we apply NSG. This is clear that what is NIC, right? I hope all these questions are clear.
Yep.
So either you can, if you have 2 virtual machines, you can have 2 NICs as well. Multiple NICs you can have. ऐसा नहीं कि sorry, multiple NSGs you can have. Let's say in the same subnet, if I have 2 machines and I want to deploy, I want to have another NSG here and another NSG here. Yes, I can do that. And I want to have single NSG network security group on these 2 machines. Yes, I can have that. Okay. And I want to have the same NSG on one subnet, which will cover all these machines. Yes, I can have that. Only 1 minute is pending, guys. We'll take a break. We'll resume at 16:45 using same link. And then we'll start discussing NSG.